And it's as follows. The Talmud tells us that Acher saw a father tell a boy to go up in a tree and to chase away the mother bird and to bring the nest back to him. The boy went up, chased away the mother bird, and on the way down, the boy died. Acher was despondent from this, for the Torah promises long life only for 2 commandments. One is the commandment to honor your father and mother, and honoring father and mother includes feeding them. And this boy was not only listening to his father, but he's actually helping feed his father. And secondly, it says sending away the mother bird will bring you long life. And as an aside, the Chinuch explains that this is not an act of mercy, for if you have mercy on the bird, you should have mercy on the chicks. You don't have mercy on the chicks because they're food. So why should you have mercy on the mother bird? And the answer is conservation. The Torah does not want a species of birds to become extinct, and therefore we must do all that we can to preserve the continuity of the species. Therefore, always let the mother bird remain so that the mother bird can have more hatchlings, more chicks, and this commandment is only permitted when occasionally it happens upon you. Of course, we all know that in America we all live with chicken. Many people eat chicken all week long. Many people have it many times a week. But we are meat eaters here. But during that period of time, people would only eat meat occasionally. And when a person would find hatchlings, chickadees, as well as eggs that were kosher, this was considered a great find for them. And they were permitted to take them, but they had to send away the mother bird for conservation reasons. At any rate, the Torah tells us if you send away the mother bird, you will live a long life. Why? Very simply, if you care about the continuity of other lives, God will care about your own continuity. And so here we have 2 commandments coming together, the only 2 commandments in the Torah that say you should have a good long life if you fulfill these commandments. And what happened? The child dies right there. And as a result of that, Acher changed and became a different person. The Talmud also says that he saw the tongue of Rabbi Chutzpis HaMeturgeman. Rabbi Gamliel had a translator, not a translator from Hebrew to English, but rather Rabbi Gamliel was the Nasi, he was the prince, and his words needed to be explained to the common people because he was a profound thinker. So Rabbi Chutzpis was the man who would explain all of the rulings and all of the sayings of Rabbi Gamliel. He was a great scholar. He was almost 130 years old when the Romans murdered him. They murdered him so brutally, they tore him apart, and his tongue was cast in the garbage, and pigs, hungry pigs, went into the garbage slop and was slopping it around. And Acher saw this and was disgusted. This is Torah, and this is its reward, and immediately became a heretic. These 2 stories trouble me. There were many people who saw tragedies at that time. Acher also must have seen or must have heard the tragedies of the Second Temple. He probably was old enough to be a young man when the Second Temple was destroyed. The Second Temple had tremendous murders, genocide, and yet most of the population remained faithful. And Acher himself remained faithful. Why is it that when he saw this event, a tragedy for an individual and a tragedy for a great sage, why would this make him into a heretic? My opinion is as follows. Many of the things that are written in the Talmud in the Aggadic portion are allegoric. They're really meant to teach us something else. Occasionally, the writers of the Talmud were not allowed to, or were fearful of saying things clearly and used allegory, metaphor, to bring home their point. In this instance, the father are the teachers of Israel, and the child are the people of Israel. And the father tells the child to go up on the tree and chase away the mother bird, risk your life, chase away the mother bird. Who is the mother bird? Well, there's a mother bird that could be foreign to the nest. And in this case, the mother bird refers to the eagle of Rome that was sitting on the nest of Jerusalem. And the people of Israel, the children, the child was commanded to listen to Bar Kokhba, who was anointed as the Messiah, and to wage a war with Rome. And in fact, they chase away the mother bird. Rome was defeated initially. And in fact, in a hand-to-hand battle, in combat, the Romans were no match for Bar Kokhba and his men. In order to defeat Bar Kokhba, they resorted to guerrilla warfare and other types of tactics. They removed the supplies. They forayed at night, ran back to their fortresses, until Bar Kokhba was weakened. Once he was weakened, he had to withdraw to the city of Beitar, and that's when he was destroyed. So Bar Kokhba, like Hannibal before him, initially defeated the Romans, but lost in the long run. And that's what is meant that he saw the child chase away the mother bird. They defeated the Romans, but then the child fell down and died. Died listening to the commandment of the father of the high court. Elisha ben Avuya, who was known as Acher, was against it because he did not believe that we had the power to go against Rome, number one. Number two, he believed that Messiah had to come through the words of a prophet. No prophet had come. And therefore, when the Holocaust of 1 million people plus were murdered by the Romans, he blamed it squarely on the teachers, including Rabbi Akiva. And that's why he was called a heretic. He went against the sages. Perhaps he helped hunt down the sages, for he believed that they were responsible for the pain and suffering of so many people. And that's what's hinted also, that he saw the tongue of Rabbi Chutzpah Samaturgaman, one of the innocent victims of the rebellion of Bar Kokhba. There were scholars and saints who were murdered by the Romans, who took no part in the revolution, but were murdered because they were the teachers of Israel, and they blamed the scholars and the saints equally. And that is why Elisha ben Avuya turned and changed.